Look, I'm in the Grove. Have you ever been in the Grove? This late night talk show host has. I'm in Salad and I saw Late Night with the Devil. It is written and directed by Colin and Cameron Carnes. How do I pronounce his last name? Pronunciation here, please. Anyway, if you haven't seen this movie, I will spoil it for you. This movie starts and it's a documentary style film covering night owls. It has this one host. It's less popular than The Tonight Show, but at some point it was really popular, and then bam, there goes the ratings. Just like that. All that fun jazz. And it's like, okay, this guy is looking for ways to improve his ratings. And he does this with some juicy stuff lined up. And we're specifically following the night of 1977, Halloween night. I was not born yet at all, so I wasn't seeing this when it happened. This is obviously fictional, but where were you Halloween night of 1977? Leave it down in the comments below. I was not even in my mom's uterus. She was only 3. Wow, that was a long time ago. Anyway, so there's that. He's like cool, he's a chill guy, and he has some pretty entertaining segments of his show. He brings on this girl who claims to be possessed by the devil or demon or something. A devil or demon. I think the devil's like high up in the demon hierarchy. Like whenever I think of devil, I think of like the king of hell, and demons are just his goons. So that's why I differentiate between the two, because I see them differently. So talking to this chick. This chick's really creepy. She keeps looking at the camera. And I'm like, stop looking at the camera. Even during interview sections, she's just staring at the camera. And it's like, dude, you don't have to look at the camera. But she keeps on looking at the camera. And I'm like, oh my goodness. What I really like about the style of the movie is while they're on TV, it's in full color, 70s, very highly saturated stuff. Then when it's off the air, complete black and white. The way they act off air is completely different than on air. On air, it's all cheery, sunshine, rainbows. People are there to watch them talk about a thing, see some cool interviews. They don't care about the offline personalities of these people. But this movie shows both on and off personas, how they're dealing with everything that's happening. Like this host is not really freaking out, but the other people are, and he's like, no, it'll be fine, it'll be fine. We're just trying to get our ratings up. You know how talk show hosts have a second guy that's there? Yeah, the second guy is like, this is crazy, this is insane, this is real. I can't believe it, you brought a chick who thinks that she's being possessed by a demon, and he's like, it'll be okay, it'll be okay. All right, let's go showtime. And there is a live, what is it called when you talk to a demon but you don't exorcise it out of his body? That's what happens. So there's this lady with the person who's possessed by the demon, and they set up a nice little place. They got all the lighting just focused on them, and the lady starts reading all these passages, and the little girl, she goes from little girl to demon, who's straight up talking to the host, like, oh, you remember me, huh? Yeah, remember when we talked by the Grove? Yeah. And it's like, oh geez, you talked to this demon? This is crazy. I also have a theory. He talked to his demon so he could get his ratings up, but he had to sacrifice something, and that's when his wife, who doesn't smoke at all, got lung cancer and dies tragically. So this is what's happening in this world. And this guy, I bet he regrets talking to the guy in the Grove. If you don't know what the Grove is, it's a bunch of rich people hang out in the woods. Do with that as you will. Weird stuff happens. What do you do with infinite money? Anything, really. So there's a bunch of tension going on with this movie. There's a bunch of people talking like, oh my goodness, is this real? Is this not real? This must be real. It's not real. There is this guy, kind of like the same showman type, who's been brought on, who's also like, oh, this is false. I was a cold reader once, and let me tell you the tricks that they use to implement. So I like the structure of the show being, for tonight at least, demon stuff, there's a panel who is discussing the validity of the demon stuff, including this one guy who's really trying to debunk everything. And this just goes on more intense and more intense and more intense, until it reaches a climax where the demon has fully taken over the body of the little girl and has the head kind of like split open, like weird jaw kind of dealio. It's just like trying to eat all the souls. It's like, what is going on here? You'd think that would be the very end of the movie, but not really. I wish the movie ended there, but obviously lack of closure. But yeah, the movie does not end there. It ends when we see the host guy. He's going through some weird artsy kind of thing going on. I think it's like a dream sequence that the demon is conjuring up. But basically the dream sequence is then in reality when he has actually stabbed the little girl and like all the bloody bodies are everywhere and then the cops are coming and that's the true end. I was like, huh, weird, strange. I was not expecting that ending. I'm not sure how satisfied I am with the ending. I do like the talk show host, and I do like how the talk show went pretty crazy. It was great for television. Oh my goodness, this is awesome. These guys are getting ratings up through the roof like they've never gotten before. And I'm just like, huh. To end it with a weird artsy ending where the host kills the girl who has been possessed by the demon, I'm not sure if I'm satisfied with that, personally. I guess I would have been more satisfied if it was more clear-cut, like, oh, the woman who's possessed by the demon ended the broadcast, and that's it, that's the entire movie. But I understand why the people who created the film didn't do that. It's for closure reasons. Ultimately, this is a really fun movie. If you haven't seen this movie, I definitely do recommend it. The acting's great. The on and off TV is great. Just two different personalities on TV and off TV. You gotta be like your different self. And then you get to see the authentic self of the guy who hosts the TV show, and it's pretty great. And so I gotta give this movie, it's a solid 7.3 out of 10. If you like this review, watch another one on the platform really likes that $20 Dinos at patreon.com/ASEPresents. Support the daily grindiness by going to this link tree. So go here. And until next time, mint salad sauce. See you later to my sour croutons and bacon bits. And while I've been standing out here, I've had at least 5 mosquitoes bite my ankles. So I'm gonna go now. I don't like mosquitoes. Maybe the devil's possessing the mosquitoes to bite my legs.